favorite instructor, Instructor Shelton. Today, we have Miss Christine Belzie with us. Hello, Christine. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Danielle. Thank you for having me here.
All right, so tell me a little bit about yourself, Christine.
I'm an online tutor, but I am interested in exploring a career in instructional design or curriculum development.
Oh, I love that. I think that's awesome. All right, so Christine, what can you share with us? What is your tip or trick to help online instructors?
Um, I noticed that there has been an issue with fostering etiquette in an online domain. So, what I find helpful is setting up FAQs,
Hmm.
like facts, like frequently asked questions, so students can have an idea on how to conduct themselves. And when it comes to reviewing discussion posts, it's always nice to try to view it from the student's perspective, especially when they're discussing sensitive topics such as racism or sexism. And if a teacher happens to see a comment that isn't the most kind,
Yes.
just put like a friendly reminder to say, this is not best way to convey that point. What is another way you um, can say that? It's just to create a safe space for all students.
And I love that because our students need a safe space because the safe space they were in at one point, everybody's like home now, and now the computer has become a safe space. So I definitely love looking at netiquette, and I love the FAQs, giving them a space where they can ask questions and giving them a space where they can feel safe. And if you have someone who is saying something not so kind, then you have a way to kind of reel them in so that other students feel comfortable posting. So
Mhm.
that's awesome. I love that. Any other tips for us?
Um, Also create a rubric too, just to see
Okay.
if they made a very valid point and whatnot.
Okay. And
And
make
to,
sure,
oh, sorry.
go ahead.
And to also, this also is a little bit of an elaboration on just viewing the viewpoint, students' comments from their perspective. It also is important to not let your own biases impact how you
Mm,
grade their work,
okay.
because that
I'm
happens.
taking notes. So don't let your own bias. You know what? That happens sometimes. Sometimes if the topic is really charged and it's sensitive, sometimes we'll see something and our personal views can be like, "Oh, I really want to share this thought," but that's not always the best place to share our personal views because we need to always be mindful of everybody's views, and it being your one of your themes seems to definitely be like creating a safe space.
Hmm.
It seems to really be a theme, and I love that because we are what fosters that safe space, and we absolutely are responsible for how our students feel in our online classrooms.
And even if you don't agree with that particular view, don't give a knee jerk reaction and say something. Just breathe in and ask yourself, where does that idea come from? Or maybe encourage the student to share that thought.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm all about the conversation. Let's have a conversation about it. And I've had students who have posted very strong things, and I engage them, but I don't engage them in the discussion board. I engage them separately in an email.
Definitely. Definitely another tip I would like to add. If you're gonna do that, do it privately. That way it could continue create that safe space for students. It could also give that student grace, I guess. I don't know if that's like the
Yes,
right term, grace.
that's Cool. Well, thank you so much, Christine, for sharing those tips. I love them. You really spoke my heart when you talked about the facts and you talking about fostering etiquette and creating a safe space for students. I absolutely love that. And thank you so much for sharing with tips and tricks. Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it was wonderful. Thank you so much for having me as a guest. I really enjoy your show.
All right, this has been this episode of Tips and Tricks with Christine Belzie. I bid you guys good day.